What is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today we are doing more 2020 edition gameplay. So I have doing a little bit more gaming on the side, you know, kind of like figuring out what to do in response to the COVID pandemic. I have actually mastered a couple of things, including we possibly might have a bug system in which we're only allowed to buy a certain amount of masks from literally the button that tells you for a new purchase contract. So I'm gonna go ahead and send a couple of reports over to Eversim today after this live stream. Should have done them yesterday, but I didn't have time. But I did buy the God and Spy tool, so we are going to be previewing a lot of new economic sectors today. And we are going to finally preview the fusion nuclear power plant. That is the power plant that I have been most excited for, actually, because, yeah, I got wrecked in the last election. Yeah, hell yeah, let's make a King Donald Trump. But yeah, we are in this one. So I did, again, get the God and Spy tools, so we are going to test out a couple of new things. So what I really want to do, I'm going to go ahead and start off in a world without COVID. And a world without COVID is going to be a little bit easier. We don't really have to worry about COVID. It just gives me more opportunity to actually preview the new economic sectors. And then once we actually show off most of the unlocked economic tree, then I'm going to actually start previewing some of the military gameplay that is actually new in this game. The years of the economic depression have been years of political reaction, and that is why the economic crisis has generated a world peace. I don't know what that said at the end. A world peace crisis. Okay. An unforgettable year, yes, 2020 will be. Princess Biden, hell yeah. Alright, let's go over here. So what I actually noticed was a couple of new things in the economic and especially in the industry tab. Whenever I was actually playing as Turkey, I actually noticed that Great Public Bionics was actually in the game. So I was like, no freaking way. So I was like, cool, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the God and Spy tool because I really want to preview a lot of what's going on. So let's go over to the research trees. So if I actually go over here, we have nuclear fission plants. So I'm going to go ahead and acquire that discovery. We're going to say that it's obvious that it's not something that we can go through. So carbon nanofiber. Let's look at this. Carbon nanofiber, it needs coal and electricity. A composite material based on molecular assembly and nanometric reduction. Basically, it means that the concrete that it would be creating would be harder than anything else. So the buildings that you can actually make out of carbon nanofiber, well, actually, carbon nanofiber is the first discovery that you actually have to make. Matter sciences industry and energy and environment are the biggest ones that contribute to the development of it. So if I go over to nuclear fusion, so let's go a couple of days. And then let's go over to energy. Let's go a few more days. My game is loud. My game is literally turned down about 5 decibels. Goddamn. Alright, I switched it over to 10. Hey, what's going on, PTK? Welcome to the live stream. PC specs, I have a... let's go ahead and look. It's a, why am I forgetting what kind of components I got, even though I just got them? I have a I have an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X processor with the Wraith Prism cooler. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, which I actually upgraded. I just also got the 3700X. So I also got way more RAM, which absolutely helps my YouTube channel a lot because the last on the other one I had a Ryzen 5 2600X with a regular cooler, and then I had like 16 gigabytes of RAM. Right now I'm using 11 gigabytes of RAM right now out of 32. I have 3 different hard drives, and then I have a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060, 6 gigabytes of VRAM on that, which I am actually going to upgrade very, very soon to a 3800. The NVIDIA 3800 that they just announced not that long ago. I am preparing to get that one as well. Probably going to be the 3700, 3800, between one of those. They really should have included a lot of content from 4th generation warfare and Power and Revolution. I mean, I don't know. 4th generation warfare was okay, but it wasn't, I don't know, it kind of missed the mark on a couple of things, and it was kind of weird. The scientific world comes to a boil. The United States has discovered carbon nanofibers. This is a basic discovery for humanity. It also falls within the public domain. So let's go over to energy. Nuclear fusion, 56.2 terawatts of power. For how much? Let's look. God, ouch! $100 billion per facility. $20 billion for 1 year, and then $100 billion over the next 5 years. That is a lot. That is just a lot. Let's go ahead and construction projects at high speed, and then make sure that it is over there. And then let's go ahead and build this facility in northern Texas. So let's build it right there. This is the brand new fusion power plant. Very, very nice looking. Looks like we have the reactor right over here. Fusion nuclear reactors, basically, they actually take basically it's regular nuclear power basically splits atoms. So that's nuclear, and then 3rd generation nuclear. So 3G nuclear is actually still like one of the most lucrative options in the game, but as soon as you get your hands on nuclear fusion, it's all over. Is this released on Steam yet? I have not gotten an email from Louis Marie Roquez, so I do not think it has been released on Steam. I did want to play for you guys just to kind of start showing off a couple of things. So let's go over to industry, and then let's go over to C. Let's go over to carbon nanofiber. Again, I think they finally, after me pushing them for so freaking long, they finally, I believe they finally fixed the research tree. I am very excited for them fixing this research tree, as it was very frustrating that we couldn't. I mean, we were investing. I mean, there was literally no point to spend, what, $210 billion on your research. Like, I mean, you were not. It basically was almost useless. The only things that would be able to work would be facilities that actually were there, such as it was a nuclear fission, advanced nuclear fission, and then the nuclear bomb. There was a lot of different things that would not work for some reason. Cold fusion, this one, a nuclear reaction that takes place in an ambient temperature and pressure conditions, which means that it does not create hazardous waste. So that is really good. Matter science and energy and environment, but it doesn't look like it affects anything else. Fiber optics. Trying to see what new combat robots. Let's see if we can actually we do not want to patent that. Let's see if we can do combat robots. Let's go over to energy and environment. Carbon concrete. So carbon concrete doesn't open up a new sector, but it does actually improve the production of cement. A new kind of concrete reinforced with impulsified carbon fiber that makes it lighter, more solid, and more insulating. So this one, I'm surprised it doesn't say that carbon nanofiber is a requirement of that, since it literally is made out of carbon. Most likely carbon nanofiber. Let's see what else we got. Medicine, eugenics, DNA screening, stem cells reproduction, ICT and cybersecurity, bionics, nanorobotics. Oh, this should be a new sector. Nanorobots. We can even envision nanomaterials into the human body, and the medical applications of nanorobotics are numerous. Internal medical imagery, elaboration of medical treatments with in vivo, biosurveillance, and many others. We are the first ones that have made this discovery. Let's refuse to patent it. Bionics, great public bionics. Let's go ahead and acquire that discovery. This one, you actually I think you actually get that one very, very early in the game, especially if you're playing as the United States. I think I unlocked it whenever I was playing as a Turkey. Play with Argentina, please. I've actually wanted to play with Argentina. I know a lot of Argentinian history, especially around the 80s, which is really interesting to me. RFDI chip, household appliances is what it affects. Robotics motorization, let's go ahead and acquire that, just to make sure that we have better robotics industries. Electronic paper that affects paper. Oh, this is actually scientific discovery now. Intercontinental ballistic missile silo. Missiles propelled with liquid oxygen engines. So, oh wow. I think this literally gives me a reason to start up a new Turkey series. Guys, should I do another Turkey series? I swear to God, we're gonna develop ICBMs. We are going to develop a nuclear industry if we do Turkey again. I swear to God. Turkey has always been one of the biggest countries that has always been there for me, I guess. Argentina, what are you doing right now? Negative 2.19% growth rate with, in comparison, the United States is growing at about 2% a year. Robotics, let's go forward about a week. You can change the two-party system for multi-party, but the government would collapse from all the left-wing radicals. COVID with Brazil, please. Yes, sir. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on in our industry tab. Long live the king. Industry. Let's see what we got. Great public. I told you, great public bionics is now in the game. I swear to God. I was so disappointed whenever I saw how many sectors were actually in the game. Nano robotics industry. See, I can't believe they actually fixed it. They actually fixed the freaking the research tree. I'm so excited. This is awesome. Yes, this is awesome. I've been waiting so freaking long for them to do this, and it's been frustrating because it was such a waste of money. Combat robots. Where's combat robots? I mean, it's only a couple of new sectors. I need to keep going and see how many sectors we can actually unlock. Here's a challenge. Take the United States and win the Men's Soccer World Cup. That's a good challenge, actually. More challenges like that, please. Does patenting research give you money? I really need to test that whenever I make the new economic tutorial. It's gonna be a bit before I can actually release. I'm still writing the notes, the script, for the economic tutorial, so the economic tutorial will come, just not right now. Great public bionics, what do you need? Biotechnology. Biotechnology is now going to be a big investment for a lot of players now. This is awesome. 36% of the world's biotechnology is coming from the United States. What do you need? Pharmaceuticals and an industry, and then chemical industries. Chemical industries, I think the United States is actually doing. Pharmaceuticals, I know for a fact the United States is self-sufficient in pharmaceuticals. Nanorobotics, electronic components is what it needs. Contracts. How many? We're already making $500,000 in profits and $62 million in nanorobotic sales. So literally, right as we discover it, it already has become a profitable industry. If you say $500,000, is that profitable? Let's look at pharmaceuticals. 42% of the world's production is coming from the United States. I don't know why. I mean, that's good. That means we could probably sell a lot of pharmaceuticals to... Let's see what happens if I wanted to do Turkey. Speaking of this, big announcement for people who are watching right now. By the way, if you're watching this right now, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to see more Power and Revolution content, please just comment down below. And again, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The last live stream that I did was very successful, so I do appreciate that everyone attended as they did. So, big thing about COVID. Instead of going here, instead of going to prevention, going to medical respirator masks, or respirator mask for the general public, you need to do this. You need to do this. Damien, thank you so much for that donation. It really helps. I know I'm probably going to not make that much money in terms of ad revenue off of this video because it is related to COVID, but donations really do help me out. So again, let's show you guys how to do this. So if I go over here to contract, I'm going to go over to India, for example. We're going to want to purchase. So what we need to do is that we need to go to respirator masks for the general public. This is how you buy things in bulk. So I believe what happens whenever you actually click that new purchase contract button, basically you might actually be, why is it, God, oh, that's in thousands of units. 3,000 units is $7,000. Sounds about right. One, let's do some math here. Let's see how many each unit actually is. So 2370. That's 1,000 units divided by 1,000. Wait, god dang it, I hit the wrong button. 2370 divided by okay, I have my buttons mixed up. God dang. 2370 divided by 1,000. That is going to be $2.37 each. Albert, thank you so much for that 99 cents. I don't know what that's called. It's a I recognize that it's in euros, but I don't know what that is called whenever it's not like €1. So what's that called whenever it's like the below, like it's in a cent value, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, point is that literally you can purchase these contracts in bulk. So if let's do 500 million masks from India. So again, this is going to be in the thousands of units. So you're going to be looking at this. This is 100,000 right here. Million, 10 million, 500 million. So that means that I have a national production of 6.4 billion units of respirator mask for the general public. For some reason, I really need to report this over to Everson. Hopefully they're watching my content at least. Cents. Okay, it is cents. So 99 cents in euros. Let me see if I can actually get a very good contract in terms of masks from Japan. India's dealing with COVID pretty good, I think. We need to deal with the country does not wish you to sell you arms or sensitive equipment. Okay, so buying in bulk masks from certain countries. If you're playing as the United States, for example, you're gonna have to avoid buying from China, Russia, possibly even India. I've had a couple of trade contracts with India. Pakistan could be a good trading partner. Europe is going to be your best friend in COVID. I actually tried to buy over 2 billion units of masks, but it ended up disappearing on me for some reason. I actually accepted the contract. I got a lot of messages from my economic minister saying how bad the trade contract was, but then I was just like, I kind of ignored it because I was just like, I just need masks. Like, I just need to get masks. And then they disappeared on me. So we're going to try this again. Let's do... let's do a little bit more math real quick. 176,000 divided by... No. Well, actually, yeah, that's what I want to do. Let's do... divided by half. That's 880 million masks. So I can purchase up to 800 million masks from Japan. Let's do 850 million. And then let's lower the price to 1532. The purchase price that you have offered for this is considered being too low by Japan. So let's do that again. Let's do 700 million masks this time. 2358. 24. 24. 26. 27. Still way above what we need, but let's see if we can actually get those masks.
It is inadmissible. A fire of criminal origin was caused last night at the very heart of an annex of my administration.
I like Indio accept the law that you can't kill flies. That's funny. So then, first contract, so he hasn't said anything about how bad the contract was. Medical respirator masks, we only have 6 million, but then we go over to respirator masks, we have 700 million on order right now. So I think whenever I actually bought like a crap ton from a lot of European and Asian countries, I actually think that it got canceled because of COVID. Because by the time that I was supposed to get them, the entire world was already like suffering its first cases. So they probably were just like, okay, if we're selling anything, we need to stop selling them and we need to go off of our own production. So what I need to do is, since so what I'm trying to do, United States. Okay, so okay, let's do this. Let's do 3.3 billion masks for $707 billion. You're gonna get them by the beginning of March. Let's see if we can get that a contract accepted by our own national industries. We have the production for it. I'm not using more than 50%. What I recommend is that you do not use more than 50% of your actual production. We actually got it. Holy crap, $10 billion. Hell yeah, that's $3 billion more, but whatever. If it means we're prepared. Alright, let's go over to health. Respirator mask. We got 4 billion masks on the way. I really want to see my stock actually get their hands on that. Damn, we literally can order billions and billions of masks at a time. That is awesome. Hey, what's going on, AMN? Welcome to the live stream. Could you do a colonial empire as France to mass grab resources and incorporate the last province of France, which is French Algeria? Can you tell us more about the giveaway? I have not planned any sort of giveaway as of yet. I know for a fact that I should be getting codes from Eversim, and once I do get my hands on those codes, then I will commence a giveaway. If you guys have any idea on how I can actually maintain this giveaway, please let me know. But again, I do plan to do a giveaway. Just I have not gotten my hands on the codes as of yet. As soon as I get those things get into my email, I will organize a giveaway, and I will do it on a live stream. Are the respirator masks in the industry sector? I believe so. Let's look. If they are, then no, actually they're not. They're like their own sector. If you go over to health and then go to prevention, they're with ICU beds, medical respirator masks, and general respirator masks for the public. So let's, since we're doing that for general respirator mask for the public, I know for a fact we can try to do that for medical respirator masks. We have 3.8 billion in production. Let's do 2.5 billion. And again, this is mainly just to make sure that we can actually get our dirty hands on these things. Buy masks from China and get asthma. My 2 cents. Yes, sir. Space research. That's probably the insight probe. I'm pretty sure there is a 5-day limit for entering a code. So once you get a code, then make a short video about it. Then after 48 hours, then do the giveaway. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a 5-day limit for entering a code. Well, I mean, I would be getting like 5 separate codes from Eversim, so it would be all separate codes. That way you could literally activate it as soon as you get it. I've had these giveaways before. Eversim has given me codes for 2018 and 2019 editions to do giveaways with. So, I mean, I've done them before, so I have the experience. They did change the icon for solar plants, which I actually do like. Instead of just showing a bunch of solar panels, it literally just shows a sun. I mean, that's actually like just the simplest and best way to differentiate between your different kinds of things. You see a lot of these things over in Southern California. Why not have bases in Africa? I have one base in Djibouti, which is right here. March. Let's see if we got our hands on the masks. See, oh, I don't know what's going on here. That is weird. That is really, really weird. I literally ordered like how many? 4 billion, and it's not transferring to me. I don't know if it's canceling or if it's doing something, but that's bad and basically forces me to purchase them like what, 25 million at a time? Well, no. That's Singapore. What about medical respirator masks? We have 2.5 billion on the way. They show up in our trade contracts. Huh, that was actually a pretty good contract, apparently. Wait. Purchase? Okay, it was a purchase. Wait. Did I sell? Okay, 318. Let's wait until 318 and let's see what happens. $318. Okay, the contract has been done. Health. Medical respirator masks. And yeah, that's It was a purchase contract. So that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to report that over to Everson. It's too bad you have to rebuy God and Spy. Yeah. This game has a story, does it? I mean, it has the COVID story. Actually, I mean, it kind of makes the replayability of this game a little bit better. The only repetitive nature of the COVID scenario is kind of how it spreads. I actually did put it on the wiki about where it spreads and when it spreads, because what I actually figured out is whenever COVID starts spreading in this game, the delivery date was 3/18, so it came and went, and I don't have any masks. See, I still have 6 million in there and 12 million for the general public, so I don't know what that thing is doing. Let's try this. What? 3 billion. If I buy it from there, is it going to be better? Let's go to the 22nd. See, the order volume is too large. And then if I do a trade contract myself, then the masks aren't coming. It's only letting me do it like at, what, 25 million at a time, which as the United States is almost completely impossible. So if I order, what, 400 million from France? Wait, could it be because I'm not in a COVID scenario? No, because I had the same issue whenever I was playing as COVID. Well, okay, I really want to try out the military scenario, but I really want to make sure that this is not a bug. I'm gonna try this one more time, and then I'm gonna try this one more time, and then I'm gonna show off the military scenario. No one for president in 2020. Yes, sir. That's exactly what I feel. I don't like this at all. This is literally just another repeat of 2016.
The year 2020 promises to be an exciting year, especially with the Tokyo Olympic Games, which will captivate the whole world, and the suspenseful American election. In today's news, we have reports of an epidemic of an unknown strain of pneumonia in China.
Yeah, it's the pneumonia. It's coming for us. All right, January 1st. Yes, sir. Let's do this. Prevention. Let's try to do this. Economy. Let's do respirator masks. Okay, let's buy it from ourselves because I have the freaking production. Let's do 3.3 billion units. Okay, let's do 3 billion units. 127 2020. That's gonna be for us on time. About 7 days after it's supposed to arrive in the United States. And then let's do the same thing for medical respirator masks. Was that general public mask or was that medical respirator masks? Yes, we're gonna run, even though I'm not even gonna go up to the election. 3.3 billion for 9 billion. So that was... Apparently that was a pretty good contract again. Oh, it's to ourselves again, yeah. The increase in production due to this contract will help reduce unemployment. Oh, that's cool. Very temporary reduction in unemployment. People are just hiring to say, hey, make a mask real quick. Respirator masks for the general public. So then... Okay, so I can come over here and then just do it myself. Medical respirator. Holy grail of nuclear fusion. We got about 5 days until COVID arrives in the United States.
1 week.
1 week. It's probably going to be canceled in a week. 119 and 120. First case now should arrive in Washington State. We'll get a notification about it within 3 days. So they arrive. And then they're about to get sick. 123 is whenever the United States is notified that the first case will arrive.
We have detected a patient carrying the virus. Tests were performed twice to be sure, but there is absolutely no doubt.
So they arrive in Washington on the 20th and then get sick 3 days later. So now we have 2 people that are infected with the coronavirus.
We are now updating figures on...
Okay, let's make sure... Respirator masks. Okay, that's screening. 1.5 billion masks on the way. 3 billion on the way. And then screening tests, you could literally do the same thing. 56,000 tests needed in the next 2 weeks. But we're not gonna worry about that. We're only gonna be worrying about the masks. 127, 128. Let's go ahead and check on my industries. Please, 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 please. 1.5 billion, 3 billion. Okay, let's again check to see 129 and 131. So let's go to February 1st. We need a notification saying, like, these masks have arrived. February 2nd. Alright, fingers crossed. God dang it. Dang. That really, really sucks. That really sucks. I need to report that immediately to Everson. That's really important because I can barely survive purchasing the amount of contracts that I'm already am from myself and from the world. I mean, if I can't buy them hundreds of millions at a time, I mean, how the hell am I supposed to survive? I mean, I'm not able to fill my stock as quickly as I really, really want to. Let's try one more thing. If it doesn't work before the pandemic starts, then maybe it'll work when the pandemic starts. So since I am now suffering from the infections, I mean, that doesn't make sense. As Turkey, I was able to stock up on masks myself because I built up like a stock of 200 million masks. I wonder if I buy them like 100 million at a time. We're producing them, not buying them already produced. Well, that's the way it's supposed to work. I mean, it's literally just like signing another trade contract for aluminum or something like that. Like if I wanted to purchase aluminum, then, or sell aluminum, then I have the option to do that. This is my national production and then my consumption. It's not going to show a consumption, but I should still be able to sign any sort of contract that I want. Let's go to the next day. And it's I mean, it's not trash. I wouldn't say it's trash. It just there's room to fix. There's room to fix.
There's nothing.
RFID chips. What do I have? Fuel cell batteries, perfumes and cosmetics, sectors, chemical, coal, flowers. Needs flowers? Really? I guess that's how you get the smell good stuff in there. You signed a production contract. They can't produce all of them in less than a month. The thing is that they actually can. Because, again, national production, 6.4 billion. And then I'm ordering 3 billion. Let's reduce it. Let's do 1 billion. Just to see if the numbers is the issue. If I need to buy them, like, so-and-so amount at one time. So if I can't buy them on the billions at a time, then maybe I can buy them in maybe the couple hundred millions, maybe less than 100 million. If I can do 100 million, then that's probably gonna work. Contract has been accepted. We got 1 billion on the way. That's gonna arrive on the 1st of March. What are our symptoms at right now? 2, 12 have recovered, 2 are still infected. Try 3 contracts of 1 billion each. Well, if 1 billion works, then I can work with that. If I could literally get like 6 contracts going with 1 billion at a time, then I could definitely do that. Because whenever I was playing as Turkey, I literally had tons of contracts going on at one time, and I got them all at one time. So I know the multiple contract strategy does work, but it's about the quantity that you're allowed to purchase. If Eversim puts something in there that blocks you from doing that, then they're not telling you. They're not releasing a manual. I mean, they didn't even release a manual for fourth generation warfare. I had no idea what the hell I was doing at the beginning of that. Those things actually finish at the very... Okay, so we're on the 3rd. Let's see if that billion unit contract worked. 6 million. We still got 1 billion on the way. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So it's a numbers game. Can I order 500 million? No, that's... We gotta do it through ourselves. Medical respirator mask for the general public. Can I do 200 million? If I can do 200 million at a time, I can work with that. I'm trying, this is all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to see what the limit is before it stops putting them into your inventory. Because I was able to do it 25 million at a time. But I really don't know whether it's going to be a numbers issue, or if it's literally just because it's bugged. Well, actually, son of a hell, I did not have this issue before I did God and Spy, so it's probably God. If it's God and Spy, California, 2000 in Washington, Michigan, Looks like the South has actually been spared. Nothing in Washington, D.C. yet. Oh, there's something in Washington. Now it's spreading into the South. Very heavily infected areas on the west and central basin. The New England region is completely covered in COVID now. 2,000 cases already in Texas, mostly because I'm not taking any preventive measures. Did I order anything else? 6 million, 200 million. I mean, again, let's see if this works. 200 million. I swear to God, if it doesn't. 4-2. Let's go ahead and go forward a week.
Perspective.
Why is Power and Revolution not out on Steam? They're just it's a matter. It's not Eversim. At this point, whenever they release a brand new version, it's going to be something where, you know, you're gonna have to, if you're gonna get the Steam version, you're going to have to wait. If I did not get the Windows version, you would not be seeing me play this, because I would be waiting for the Steam version. But just because this was a brand new version, I was just like kind of impatient, and I haven't been doing that much.
Serious.
I just wanted to get this thing as quickly as possible, so I sufficed for the Windows version, which is not that bad. Let's go to health and social security. 200 million. God, we're a couple of days in. Health, masks. Let's go over a week. Let's wait until the 12th. See what happens. Don't tell me I gotta pay for the update. Yep, you do. You do, unfortunately. Yeah, whatever. I'm done. I'm gonna report that over to Eversim very, very soon. I'm gonna get a couple of bugs reported. If y'all could actually email support at Eversim, or no, it's not at Eversim. It's support at powerandrevolution.com. I will actually put this down. Let's contact customer support, Gaming King contact. So yeah, it's going to be contact at power-and-revolution.com. That is going to be their support email, so if you do find any bugs on Power and Revolution, please go ahead and report them. I'm going to report it. Buy the masks from someone else. I've been buying them from every which way that I possibly could. Let's go ahead and test out the military. Actually, let's do World Without COVID. And let's do my main man, Iran. We're gonna build some ICBMs. They actually changed the face of the guy. Guys, if you are watching this right now, we're at 50 viewers right now. Let's go ahead and get up to 50 likes. So again, if you are watching this right now, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and stay tuned for more Power and Revolution content. According to a mail someone posted on Twitter, it's next week. Jesus Christ, great job that I got the version that I did.
The year 2020 promises to be an exciting year, especially with the Tokyo Olympic Games, which will captivate the whole world, and the suspenseful American election. In today's news, we have reports of continued unrest in Wuhan, China, which is quite rare in
all right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go over to army. I'm gonna completely ignore that. I'm gonna ignore what was going on with that. I don't know why it's not letting me automatically pass that thing, but at least we can cut our budget a little bit. Iran would actually be a great place. They get affected really, really badly by COVID, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but got 600,000 troops. Let's go over to army. Okay, so biggest thing right now is this. Let's choose that, and then I'm gonna choose a lot of these regions right here. I'm gonna choose these. Got 104,000. Let's choose all of the ground units. Let's do helicopters. They changed the helicopter icon. What are you? Missile launcher, and then we have 2 anti-missile launchers. Okay, let's do our entire border region with Iraq. We got 50 missile launchers and 3 anti-missile launchers. Let's get all these guys right over here. So here's the missile launcher that I think is really, really badass. This is actually going to be very useful whenever you're playing as places like, Middle Eastern countries, Turkey, Iran, possibly even Pakistan and India could actually be very, very interesting choices. So let's go ahead and do this. So I can do this. Select all of these units. It's going to be a group of about 40,000 units. And then I can form a squad. So I can click on form a squad, and then that's... What is that? I believe that is their range. Oh my god. So if I select one of them, then basically if you select one of them, it'll select the entire squad, and then you'll be able to move them as you please. So you can have these guys go up into the northern region of a country. So if I'm invading Iraq for some reason, I can send these guys to invade around Mosul. I can actually send them to capture the biggest city on this region, which is Mosul. They can actually provide a northern front for my military forces, and then I can select these guys. I can create them into another squad, and then I can send them into the southern region, in which they can actually start grabbing regions such as the al-Bashra city, and then they can actually capture the oil and military ports in the southern region of Iraq. So then, oh man, what I should have done, I should have started playing as 2 countries just so I could show off. Well, I mean, what are you? Let's send this one to that region right there. So that's their range, actually. So that's going to be the ones where they're going to be able to launch anti-missiles against missiles that are on the way. And I guess these are just automated ranges in which they actually start engaging certain things. So we actually have a lot of southern Iraq actually completely covered in that case, let's go ahead and... Apparently, Iraq and Iran really, really like each other now. This has to be because of the incidents that happened earlier in the year. It probably caused Iraq and Iran to actually grow closer in ties, which is unusual because, I mean, what? They went to war a couple decades ago? And then let's do a third squad. Let's get them into the central region. So that's what you can do. You can actually create different kinds of theaters. Let's go ahead and send these guys into the northern part of the Iranian Kurdistan region.
As we do at the end of every...
So we got a northern squad, we got a central squad, and then we have a southern squad. So that basically means that we could hit... we can actually coordinate better with our militaries, and we can actually hit, what, on 3 separate protests in response to the war. Let's go ahead and launch an incursion near or south of Baghdad. Let's go ahead and send them. This is the area where this is the area where the Euphrates and the Tigris actually kind of split off. No, that's the Euphrates. The Euphrates is right here. The Tigris right over here. This is whenever they actually combine. One of the most important river systems in the world. Okay, so again, you don't even have to select, you don't even have to like broadly select these guys anymore. You can literally just click and go. Looks like an automated response from our missile systems, actually. What's going on with here? What's your icon saying? So you can select, I believe you can select, no.
It's time to open.
Yeah, let's go ahead and resign. Goes into exile in Iran.
Right.
What?
There are a lot of people here. I'm at the headquarters of the political bureau.
The post head of
There's
the
an
government
extraordinary
found.
session
Okay.
going on.
Go away. Iraq declares war on Iran. Iran declares war on Iraq. You suppose Khomeini won't have any trouble becoming chief of the secret police or maybe a dentist. This escape was not surprising. He had reached an unprecedented level of unpopularity. Do you want to embody the successor of your nation? I do not. That little guy is just sitting there. An unforgettable year. Yes, sir, it was. PG, why didn't you tell me I was live? I notified everyone at the same time, so I did. Speaking of, let's go ahead and try the bonus. I've never really tried the bonus. Let's try the quiz. Let's try the quiz, and then we'll go back to the military simulation. What quiz should I take? We have the United States, United Kingdom, Spain, Russia, Italy, France, and Australia. We have flawless, time attack, flawless, hard, time attack, and then quick game. Customized? No. All themes. Ooh, I can actually do this. Geography, I love geography. Let's do geography, politics, and economy. Let's do 20 questions. Geography, politics, and economy. Let's do level 2. Alright. Custom game. Paris is the capital of France. Next, what is the code name of the atomic bomb that was dropped in Hiroshima on August 6, 1945? It was the Little Boy. John F. Kennedy was assassinated in which year? It was 1963. What of these islands is the largest of the Furno group? Oh god, I actually don't know this. Furno. Cape Barren? Oh, it's not going to tell me. General Franco was the head of which single political party? It was the Junta. The Cold War was a period between the USSR and the United States. European Council is headquartered in which city? I'm going to say oh god, this freaking song. I'm gonna mute it real quick. Let's say where is it? Brussels. I'm gonna say Brussels. The Parliament of the United Kingdom is bicameral. What is the growth rate of Puerto Rico? That's a very broad question. Between 1.93 and 1.95%. That's... I mean, for what year? Let's say 1.9%. Dominican Republic is a region in the Dominican Republic. In Haiti? Well, Dominican Republic and Haiti, I mean, they're both right here, but it's called Hispaniola. Let's say Dominican Republic. Yeah, I know, these questions are kind of weird. On June 26, 1963, which head of state said, "Ich bin ein Berliner"? John F. Kennedy, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Charles de Gaulle, and Winston Churchill. I did not know. Oh, I mean, what? Yeah, freaking 1963. Ich bin ein Berliner. It's obviously John F. Kennedy. Almost got confused. I knew he was president at the time in 1963, but I didn't know it was in 1963. Which, ironically, it was the year that he actually was killed. Which of these islands is not in the Mediterranean Sea? Corfu, Corsica, Sardinia, and Lanzarote. Let's say Corfu. Which Australian city is considered the greenest city in the world? Let's say Canberra. I'm gonna say their capital. Select Kiritaro. Okay. Ironically, I actually have a friend that's in that very city. Okay, it's not letting me select it. The French National Assembly convenes in which is going to be the Palais de Tokyo, the Grand Palais. Let's say that. Is it the Bourbon or is it the Palais? Or is it the Grand? Is in the Canary Islands in the Atlantic. Oh, dang. I'm gonna get a couple of these wrong. When does this game come out on Steam? That has been just one question everyone has been asking. Cuban flag is this one. I can actually name these, except this one. This is the Dominican Republic. This is the Bahamas. This is Cuba, and this one is something, but I can't remember. I think this is the British Virgin Islands. Oh yeah, it has to be the British Virgin Islands. If it's in that region, then the Princess Theater on Spring Street is in which city? That is a challenge. Yeah, the other one was the British Virgin Islands, knowing from that region. The Princess Theater on Spring Street is in which city? If anyone can actually tell me what city it is in, because I actually don't know what the Princess Theater is. The Princess Theater could it be in Paris? Since I mean, probably not Philadelphia, probably not Dallas, probably not in the United States. I mean, it could be in the United States, maybe New York. Let's try Paris. Hey, what's going on, Mitch? Welcome to the live stream. What country does karate come from? We're going to say Japan. When there is no longer a majority in the House of Commons in this entity, the parliament is dissolved by the monarch. Because the monarch is the... Well, no longer... When there is no longer a majority in the House of Commons in this entity, the parliament is dissolved by... Not the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister does not have the authority to do that, but the monarch... I think the Prime Minister has the ability to call... No, the Prime Minister has the ability to call a snap election, but the monarch literally has the ability to do it whenever she wants. He or she wants. I mean, right now it's a she. But, so this is kind of a trick question, because the monarch can do it, again, whenever they want, but the Prime Minister has the authority to do it possibly if he or she does not have a majority. So I'm going to go with Prime Minister. What is the acronym of for oil exporting countries? It's going to be OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. I got 11 out of 20 correct. Let's try that again. I'm going to do something else. Let's go to bonus. Let's go to quiz. I saw someone say Russia earlier. United Kingdom. What else do we have? We have war. Oh, we have war. We have war, history, and geopolitics. I know geopolitics, I know war, and I know history. I'm going to do another 20 questions. All right. Which country sold Louisiana to the United States on May 3rd, 1803? That's going to be France. Who directed Gone with the Wind? Oh, God, come on. Why do you have to do this to me? It wasn't Charlie Chaplin. It was not Charlie Chaplin. David Lean, Robert Bolt. Who directed... I've never seen Gone with the Wind. I know it, but I've never... Let's say Victor Fleming. What strip is the object of a conflict between Israel and Palestine? It is going to be the Gaza Strip. 15 countries on which the continent are celebrating the 50th anniversary of their independence in 2010. 15 countries on which they are celebrating their 50th anniversary of their independence. I'm going to go ahead and say Africa. Since most of these countries did get their independence between the 50s and the 70s. So 15 countries, yeah, that would make sense if that was in Africa. KGB was in which Russian city? I'm going to say Moscow. Who was the president of the United States during the 1929 Great Depression crisis? It's going to be... Really? This is completely wrong. I actually know this question, and it's wrong. 1929, none of these people were president. Eversim actually got confused with this. Franklin Delano Roosevelt did not get elected to the United States presidency until 1933. In 1929, it was Herbert Hoover who was president. Herbert Hoover was actually the guy who literally did not want to do anything and just kind of like let the economy do whatever it wanted. And he did something else that actually was completely bad, but this question is wrong, and it's going to tell me that Franklin Delano Roosevelt was the president at the time, but I know for a fact that Herbert Hoover was the president in 1929. It was not Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt got elected in 1933 when the Great Depression was at its peak. It got at its worst in 1933, so Franklin Delano Roosevelt won in a complete electoral college landslide. I'm going to select it, but I know it is not Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The Yalta Conference concerned which war? That was World War II. Not World War I, not the Crimean War. It's about 100 years off. And the First Indochina War, which was a little bit earlier. I don't know when it was. The 1962 missile crisis took place in which country? That would be Cuba. Who is the kite experiment, which demonstrates the electrical nature of lightning attributed to? That would be Benjamin Franklin. He is on the United States $100 bill. Which former American president received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002? Was that George W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, John Kennedy, or Jimmy Carter? It was definitely John. Apologize for that. Definitely John Kennedy. I don't know if it was Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan died a year after this. I'm gonna say Ronald Reagan. If it was a year before he died, it could be Ronald Reagan. And which country was the Great Depression of 1929? It was literally all over the world, but since it was most famous in the United States, we're going to say the United States. The Bay of Pigs, which belonged to which country? It would be Cuba. It's not Guadalupe. Big Ben is in which European capital? That is going to be the city of London. What Soviet head of state established perestroika? That would be Mikhail Gorbachev. Joseph Stalin was in control from 1923 to 1953. Vladimir Putin only got into office after the Soviet Union collapse. And Boris Yeltsin, even though he was around that time, he was actually the first president of the Russian Federation, and he took office after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. I believe he was actually elected in 1992, but Mikhail Gorbachev was the one who initiated or established perestroika. What is the symbol of the Democratic Party? It is going to be the donkey. Elephant is going to be the Republican Party, and then in tiger and giraffes, they actually don't have any mascots for political parties for those animals in the United States, I believe. Which graphic counts inhabitants by year of birth? The humanity period, the knowledge period, the level diagram, or the age pyramid? I'm going to say the age pyramid. The Cold War was a period of tension between the United States, the USSR, and the United States. What is the index of the New York Stock Exchange? It is going to be... What is the index of the New York Stock Exchange? The NASDAQ? I mean... The CAC 40, the NASA, okay, I'm just gonna say the NASDAQ. I would say Dow Jones, but, I guess... Which animal terrorized New York in 1933? That is going to be King Kong. It was not Godzilla. That was not until 1953. But it's going to be King Kong. In 1972, the name of the building of the Democratic Party in 1972 was the Watergate Hotel. It was actually not the building of the Democratic Party. It was not their headquarters. It was actually just a hotel room. Well, no, it was... Watergate Hotel was being used by a lot of people in Washington, D.C., and they knew that the Democratic National Convention was actually staying at the Watergate, so yeah, that's whenever they broke in, but I don't know if it was the building of the Democratic Party. I got 19 out of 20 correct, so I actually got that one a lot better. Belgium is getting a very left government without a majority in the biggest region. Is that going to be the northern regions or the southern regions? I'm not going to do the tutorial, and the tutorial won't teach me much. Let's go ahead and do one more quiz. Should I do a specific country, or should I do another customizable game? I could do the United States. We could do Russia, France. I don't know a lot of French history. I don't know Italy history. I don't know Russian. Actually, I do know Russian. A little bit of Russian. The United Kingdom, apparently. Someone's saying the United Kingdom. Or I could do the world. Holland is not in here, actually. Oh, there's more. Oh, hang on. Anthems. I could totally do anthems. Okay, let's do anthems. Let's do flags. And let's do capitals. I know capitals. I'm gonna do 30 questions, and then we're gonna do a specific country. All right, boy will find the flag of the United States. This is Cape Verde, this is Germany, this is Singapore, and this is the United States. We're gonna select the United States. I'm gonna say Mexico. Bastille is the capital of which country? I know it's not Venezuela. I know it's not Canada. So it's between these two: Saint Kitts and Nevis and Anguilla. Anguilla. Ah, it's not letting me look at it. Hey, Damien, thank you so much for that donation. I really do appreciate it. Switzerland got a lefter government because in the last election, the Green Party has a boost. Hopefully the right will win again in 2023. Hopefully. It is going to be St. Kitts. Thank you so much for that assistance, everyone. Nassau is the capital of which country? I've heard of Nassau. I think it's the Virgin Islands. Is it Nassau or is it something else? The Bahamas? No, it's the Bahamas. I know it's the Bahamas. Yeah, it was. Roadtown is the capital. Roadtown? I know it's not Haiti. I know it's not Canada. I've never seen Roadtown before. I know it's not the Dominican Republic. Virgin Islands? Is their capital really Roadtown? Huh. Please show the industry sector to see what's new: agriculture and trade. I actually literally did that earlier. There's a lot of new economic sectors. The only issue in the game right now is that I'm not able to buy in bulk for masks. It's going to be the British Virgin Islands. Port-au-Prince is the capital of which country? It's not Puerto Rico. It's not the Virgin Islands. It's going to be Haiti. They literally just played that a minute ago, so I'm going to say Mexico again. Mexico is the capital of which country? It's going to be Mexico. Mexico City. How can I start something? I don't know this song, except that I know that it's Canada, even though Cuba's in there a couple of times. Now we're getting Mexico again. Mexico is the capital of which country? It's literally repeating questions. Roadtown, Virgin Islands, Havana, Cuba, Havana, Cuba, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Bastille. Really? It's repeating questions now. Okay, whatever. Bonus. Let's do one more quiz. Anybody that wants a test can get a test. That's what the bottom line is. I mean, maybe if Everson fixes their freaking game, then I can get tests whenever I want to test. Do war. Hell yeah. See what I'm at war. Let's do economy. And let's do science. Let's do 20 questions. The better you do, the faster this whole nightmare will end. President Donald Trump. What are the two official languages of Acosta Valley? Italian and Friulian, Italian and Sardinian, French and Italian and Piedmontese. I'm actually not familiar with Aosta Valley? Can you guess what is the capital of Brazil without searching it? It's Brasilia. It's like Brasilia. It's literally they made what was it? That one city in the south with the the Redeemer statue. I cannot remember the name of that city, but that one used to be the capital, and then they moved it a little bit north inland. I guess to not have it on the coast, and they named it Brasilia. Rio de Janeiro, that was the city I was thinking of, but it's not. I think it used to be Rio de Janeiro, and then they moved it inland and created a brand new city, as the Australians did, and named it Brasilia. So that's the capital of Brazil, which is Brasilia. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I really don't know. The North American Free Trade Agreement is called by which acronym? It's going to be NAFTA. Which plant gives beer its bitter quality? Corn, hops, barley, and ginger? Barley? Corn? I actually don't drink. Hops. I guess they name it differently. The American Civil War took place between 1862 and 1864, 1860 and 1863, 1859 and 1866, or 1861 and 1865. Well, at least they got that correct, because it did begin in 1861, in which the Confederate States of America did secede by the end of 1860, and so in April of 1861, they tried to seize federal property in Charleston, South Carolina, in which caused the southern states to launch an attack against the federal government, and in which that began the Civil War. In 1865, it basically came down to a point in which both sides were completely exhausted, and they did not want to keep fighting. And Abraham Lincoln was just like, dude, you guys are already bad. Don't make it worse on yourselves. Please just stop fighting. We're not going to fight. We're not going to do anything bad against you. Just please stop fighting, and both sides stop fighting. What is the science that examines the ascendant and descendant of an individual? This is going to be genealogy. What is the name for the dollars of OPEC? Countries invested outside of their borders is going to be the petrodollar. There's the euro pound, the golden franc, the Deutschmark, or the petrodollar, so it's going to be the petrodollar. A seahorse is a mammal. Crustacean? No, it's not a crustacean. It's a mammal, because it literally shoots babies outside of its stomach, so I would figure that it's a mammal, since it doesn't lay eggs or anything like that. It literally just like opens up its stomach sac, and then it just starts shooting babies outside of its stomach. It's gross as hell to watch, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of, ugh, God, I can't even think about it. The armistice that put an end to the Second World War was proclaimed in which year? This is going to be 1945. 1914 was the beginning of World War I. 1918 was the end of World War I. 1907 was actually, that was the war, the Russo-Japanese War, actually. I believe 1907 was actually the year in which the Russians suffered an embarrassing defeat against the Japanese Empire, as which they actually underestimated how powerful the Japanese Navy was. And whenever the Russians got involved, they absolutely got their asses handed to. So, that's a lot of history. I know history, so. What living being reproduces by dividing in two, which is binary fission? Is it going to be an amoeba, a polar bear, snail, or mussel? Let's say an amoeba. Cold War was between the USSR and the United States. What is the Haitian GDP? Let's guess on the high end. I guess it's going to be between $10.4 billion and $11.1 billion. I don't know if this is all from 2016 or this has to be from 2016. Let me actually double check. Because I feel like I'm looking at the correct one. 2016. $7.9 billion in 2016. Let's 26. Let's say so. The current one right now in well, at least in 2018, it was $9.6 billion. Huh. When was it 7 billion? Some fish give birth to live young, like some sharks, yeah. Let's say 6.39 to $7.06 billion. What is the organization created in 1963 that coordinates the politics of African states? This is going to be the African Union. That was created right after the independence of many nations. So again, 50 years is right around that time in which a lot of these states actually became independent, and they created the African Union. What does the acronym for OECD stand for? The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. What saint is at the origin of the Russian alphabets? Dmitry, Cyril, Boris, or Zosky? What saint is at the origin of the Russian alphabet? It's going to be Cyril, apparently. This is the... Thank you for that. Which graphic counts inhabitants by year of birth? Let's go ahead and say the H pyramid again. The civil war between Republicans and Nationalists began in what year? This is going to be 1936. Obviously, it is talking about the Spanish Civil War, in which it was a very, very violent civil war between Republicans and ultra-nationalists, in which the nationalists actually ended up winning. Spain ended up becoming fascist until their guy was actually thrown out. Even after World War II, everyone ignored Spain, basically, and even Spain was like, we're not getting involved. We might be fascist, but we're not going to do anything, so please leave us alone. And they told that to Germany, and they told that to the Allies. So the Iberian Peninsula was completely neutral all throughout World War II. At the beginning of the Second World War, the three Axis powers were Germany, Italy, and Japan. United States, Japan, and France, that was not it, but it's going to be... Israel was not even a state. England, Sweden, Morocco, yeah, that's definitely the group of nations that stood up against the Axis powers, but it's going to be Germany, Italy, and Japan. What is the other name for the narwhal? Is going to be the sea unicorn, I believe. What is America's largest snake? Is it the viper? Anaconda? It's going to be the anaconda. No, is anaconda African, or, I mean, the rattlesnake? The boa constrictor. Let's say the boa constrictor. What city bombarded by the Nazis on April 26, 1937 is the name of a famous Picasso painting? Barcelona, Malaga, Junerka, and Ganizia. What? In 1937, April 26, 1937. I've actually never heard of this. Anaconda is South American. Okay, I knew it. I was like anaconda, but then I was like, no, I don't think it's the anaconda. But if any art people can actually help me with this question, is it the Malaga, Barcelona, Junercia, or the Ganizia? Ganiza? Not that much of an art fan. What city bombarded? I did not. There we go. 16 out of 20 correct. So, alright, that's going to be it for the quizzes. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna try this. We're gonna set up a monarchy in... Where should we set up a monarchy? Should we do it in Russia? Should we do it in Germany? Should we do it in France? Should we make a King Donald Trump? We got a King of Mexico. King... I know exactly the king that we should make. Let's make King Erdogan. Mr. Erdogan is obviously waiting for a crown to be put on his head. Yes, the King of Kazakhstan. No, not Erdogan, please. Yeah, sure. Let's bring the Kaiser back. Let's see what happens whenever we bring the Kaiser back. Next time I'll make a King Erdogan. This pandemic has inflicted permanent scars and we mourn everyone we have lost. Boris Johnson. Queen Merkel. Yes, sir. Queen. She's a queen. All women are queens. But if she breathes, she's a thought. Alright, Chiefs, let's go ahead and make ourselves something. Health, 58. People's appreciations of your actions, not that much. Alright, so let's, for one thing, change political parties. Let's go to an authoritarian or royalist party. We're probably gonna get hated by a lot of Europe now that we just switched over to a
It's your special duty to create a new government.
Yeah, go ahead and make myself government, please. So if anyone can help me make a nomination of head of state, if anyone can help me kind of figure out how to do this, really would help. Industry, let's... Carbon nanofibers not here. Great public bionics usually will become a thing later on. But again, at least, even though we are having some issues with the coronavirus features, we are, and I say this again, we do have a brand new focus tree that we can take advantage of. I'm very excited to start putting out actual money and investment into discovering things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been waiting so freaking long for, carbon nanofibers to finally become a sector. Fusion nuclear power plants are finally a thing. Process for triggering and controlling nuclear fusion reactors, which produce a large amount of nuclear electricity. What I really need to do, I need to unlock the entire focus tree. And, wait. Ah, crap, we have the COVID activated. Dang it! Now we have to deal with COVID. Really. This time, don't invade Russia. No, sir, I'm not. Does performance issues solved in 2020 edition or not? What performance issue are you talking about? I actually don't. Actually don't know which one you're talking about. Alright, people are telling me to invade Austria. Maybe I can take a couple of bites out of Mr. Poland right here. Seems a little bit more recognizable. Well, I mean, if you take the Slavsk region and then the Mazury region, I mean, that kind of like restores your old German borders, especially Prussia. I'm in this northern region right here, but I mean, it's inhabited by Poles now. Can't really change anything to German. Then, I mean, we could go east or west. Netherlands, Belgium, northern France, Ostleon region, Grand Est. Except they're not putting the Maginot line here. I want to see the Maginot. Yeah, I've never really liked Poland's internal regional borders. There's a lot of countries that I really do not like their internal regional borders. Ukraine used to be like completely just one complete region. Even Crimea. Crimea was not separate, but after the Power and Revolution Geopolitical Simulator 4 came out back in 2016, they completely made all of these regions in Ukraine habitable, mostly because they had to integrate the civil war in Ukraine. Looks like Ukraine is actually taking a couple of these regions right here. They have the Horvlika region. And the Russians still mess around. Recreate World War II, yes. Invade Italy and establish the Pizza Empire. Let's see. Oh yeah, 11% of their electricity is coming. That's funny. They have 23 nuclear power plants. Jesus Christ. They actually want to get rid of all of them. Germany actually is telling their consumers, saying like, we're going to get rid of all of our nuclear plants and we're 100% going to go off of a renewable energy grid. So that's one thing. What was I supposed to do? There was something I was supposed to show off and I completely forgot what the heck I was doing. 48%. Respirator masks. What's... Well... Huh. If... Okay, now I've remembered what I was supposed to do. I was literally supposed to make... I was literally just supposed to make the monarchy. Let's say consolidative role. That's going to be very unpopular. It actually passes the Bundestag, but the Bundesrat actually voted against it. Mostly because we don't have people... See? This is all the regions in Germany, so the regions don't want it. But the Bundestag actually 6%. Our entire coalition actually supports it, even the legitimate royal movement. Well, 196 seats. What were we a part of? We were a part of... So, this is the far right. This is the royalist movement. So we were a part of the conformist right coalition. And they're still slightly a part of our coalition, but we do have a very strong coalition between the group of sovereign radicals, which is actually the alternative for Germany, and then we have the Royalist Party. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and approve this law. And then let's do that. Buy all the vaccines and masks. Yeah, see, I mean, that's what I was trying to do earlier, but it keeps, like, eliminating my order as soon as I try to get them. delete all of the disorders. And then Germany. And then let's put my popularity all the way back up. Parliament was... Let's look over here. Nomination. Let's say appointed for life. And then let's go over to the next day, see what the public reaction is to that. We got kicked out of the European Union. Let's go ahead and do that with the Deutschmark. Several riots all over the country.
We have
Mostly because of the dictatorial policy that I'm taking. Say that. Got a couple of sit-ins. Again, delete. And let's go over to Angela Merkel again. Just keep her popularity as high as freaking possible. European Commission has excluded us. We've been excluded from the International Criminal Courts. So a lot of places are kicking us out. Even the European Union was just like, nope, bye. The European Union, look at that. Germany is now gone. The main person that was actually funding the European Commission now lost one of its most greatest members, honestly. Now they're probably looking toward France and Italy. I mean, if Germany, if Germany were to actually pull out of the European Union, or if they were ever removed, the European Union afterward would basically collapse. Because, I mean, Italy, France, you really think Spain's going to be able to pick up that bill? A lot of these countries are not going to be able to pick up any sort of place that the United Kingdom and Germany actually held in the European Union, so. What about here? Terminal legality. 5 million Deutschmarks. 1.5 trillion Deutschmarks. Deutsch euros, I guess? I guess that's their backup currency if they ever left or were removed from the European Union, is their freaking Deutsch euro. Yeah, the European Union is not that great of an organization. I really don't like them, honestly. Desire for positioning. Elections. Do we still have elections for some reason? Unlimited mandate, legal voting age, parliament's term. Tolerated multi-party system under state control. Oh, that's a lot.
We have subdued the... We have subdued... We have subdued... We have subdued... We have subdued...
Television building and now it's a freaking truck? That's funny.
We have subdued the rebel movement.
There's no
Due to
more
trust me,
unrest
yes
in
we
the
can
city.
cheat. It's
Order
easier.
has been restored and our men have returned.
Is there... Does that thing even work? There's not a way for me to do it. I think they disabled the cheating. Because, I mean, why the heck would you need to program... I mean, I think that's why they make the God and Spy tool, is just because, like, if you really don't care, then, for one thing, I mean, it gets them 15 bucks, and then, I mean, I guess, but, I mean, it basically means, like, to be able to actually cheat, you have to pay for the cheating, so I understand why a lot of people wouldn't like that. I always wanted to go to Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf is, what is that? I actually have a family from this region right here. This very, very southern region around Baden-Württemberg, and then the Bayern region, around where Bavaria used to be, because I actually have a lot of family that actually did come from Germany. I'm actually very, very, very much German. Oh, God. Come on, I just want to test a couple of things.
We have subdued.
Let's pause.
We have subdued.
Yeah, we have subdued the rebel movement.
We have subdued.
Yeah.
We have subdued.
We have subdued the rebel movement. We have subdued the rebel movement.
We have subdued.
We have subdued the rebel movement.
We have subdued.
Uh-huh. Wait, NATO? NATO excluded us! Ah! I'm from Baden-Württemberg? Is it Württemberg? Oh, the G6. See, it changes itself every single time they remove someone. The G6. G6. That is funny. There's still riots.
We have
Alright, Angola. Go. 100% popularity. Everyone look up to the Kaiser. Oh god, we still have more. Suppression of democratic elections in Germany. Yes.
Situation is getting worse day by
No. Oh, we're gonna have to get someone else. It's not gonna be Angela Merkel. We're not gonna be able to make Angela Merkel the Kaiser. Okay, let's look at this. The perception of royalty is often distorted by our day, but if we look at history, we see a number of kings and queens who serve their people with kindness, wisdom, and dignity. In these troubled times, a monarch is a guarantee of stability and can impose a vision and a path for the benefit of all. Needless to say, we must do away with the complications of democracy and modify the Constitution in order to benefit from a perpetual and undivided authority. Otherwise, what's the point? To do this, a change of party may prove to be necessary. Think about it. Basically, we have to suppress every single freedom, I guess. The EU is pointless in the game. Well, I mean, if you're a smaller European country, you can still borrow from the European Union at low rates.
We have detected a patient carrying the virus.
Oh, January 31st, 2020 is whenever Germany gets its own first case of COVID. Retains the role of representative of the state and remains the guarantor of institutions. A coronation is different from the consecration because that has a religious connotation, a holy person under a divine being. So it's a constitutional monarchy, so it would create a constitutional monarchy in which I would be the head. But it seems that you wait.
Hello? This is some atmosphere here in Parliament. It's hysterical here. They're going to discharge you without a fight. It's difficult to blame them. Between you and me, quite frankly.
The heck was that sound? I heard it was just like a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, the Pope wants me to restore political freedoms. German government restrains the freedom of political expression. Looks like all of our ambassadors really hate what's going on in Germany. The army knocks Kermel from the pedestal. After several days of chaos and extremely harsh combats with the personal guard, the army finally took the Bundestag's control on all key points of the country. The president, Wilhelm Kerner, is now the new main character of the country. The former head of government was placed under house arrest for an undetermined amount of time. Body your successor. The freaking guy who runs the place. Oh, we're not a part of the so we're literally a military dictatorship. What the heck? Well, at least I know that that feature works. I mean, I didn't get anything from it. I mean, I didn't get coronated, but let's go to cabinet, head of state, coronation of the head of state. The bill has been withdrawn just because I actually lost my position.
Hello? I am at the central square. Here we are. It's rumbling.
All right. Let's go ahead and change it back to a free multi-party system. State authority, regression, anticipate dissensions. I always get that one. I literally put 100,000 troops in the capital and they still managed to kill me. Well, I mean, there's a lot of strategy whenever you can't just like throw a lot of people in there. You gotta do it like really close, really like slowly, just kind of like bite off their troops, I guess. You gotta like use advantage of the like the grenades, a lot of that. It really does help. And again, guys, if you were watching this, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more Power and Revolution content, please let me know. But I've been recording for 2 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and end it off right here. Guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to see more content like this, just leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. And guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.